What is up, my grand people? Karma here, back at it again with another Infinite Warfare video, and first off, I must massively apologize for this video being so damn late. I had a lot of things going on recently, including a trip out of town and a passing of a close relative, but all is good now and I can get down to the video at hand, which is what light machine gun is better, the R.A.W. or the Titan. This was requested by Saint, so thank you, buddy. Now, I'm not an LMG type of guy that may show my gameplay because I like to be quick at the movement and at the aim, but with the LMGs, that makes it a little bit difficult to do that. But nonetheless, LMGs are still usable in this game, and despite the request for this video, I am curious myself to see which is better. So we are going to be looking at the RPM, shots to kill, close, medium, and long range, the recoil patterns, best class setups on both the R.A.W. and the Titan, and going over what attachments work and which attachments have no effect whatsoever, because there are in fact attachments that do absolutely nothing to help. But let's just check it out right now. Okay, so I am pretty sure there are quite a few people who would agree that LMGs can be overpowered in this game because of the fact you can use a rig that takes away any slow movement that you would have using LMG. So you can actually run around with them. As well as the fact that quick draw is close to the same pull-up speed as if you're pulling up an assault rifle. What makes the LMGs better than the past Call of Duties, however, is the individual trait each one has. For instance, the R.A.W. has the stopping power, the Mauler has the fast fire rate, and the Titan is a combination of both, and I think that's why they only have 3 of them instead of 4. Well, unless you have the Auger, which is by far the most overpowered LMG in my opinion with its sheer fire rate and stopping power, but that's for a different video. But when we're talking about which is better between the R.A.W. and the Titan, we're gonna have to break it down. First off, let's look at the RPM. In case you guys don't know what RPM means, it means rounds per minute. Now, I am sure we can figure out the Titan fires much more faster than the R.A.W. just by shooting it, but I just want you guys to get a perspective on how much faster and whether fire rate can win a gunfight if you're face to face before stopping power can. Okay, so we go over the R.A.W. first, and it has an RPM of 464 and taking 9.059 seconds to empty the magazine of 70. Now we look at the Titan, has an RPM of 627 and taking 9.577 seconds to empty the magazine of 100. So what does that mean exactly? Well, the difference in RPM between the two is 163, which means the Titan can fire 163 more bullets per minute than the R.A.W. can. So will that win you a face-to-face gunfight if you and your enemy pull up the exact same time? To answer that question, we're going to need to find out the shots to kill on both weapons from short, medium, and long range. Now we look at the R.A.W., close range it kills in 3 shots. At medium range it kills in 3 shots. And at long range, you guessed it, it kills in 3 shots. So obviously the R.A.W. killing in 3 shots no matter the range is legendary. So now we can see how the Titan will do on shots to kill. The Titan to kill at short range is 4 shots, at medium range it's 4 shots, and at long range, sadly, it's 5 shots. But with that fast fire rate, it's pretty much equaled out with the R.A.W. So if we go back to the Titan's 163 bullets faster, you will actually fire 2.7 bullets faster than the R.A.W. can. So if you pull up a long range and both of your aim is on point, if you have the Titan, you should win unless the lag is real on your end. So let's look at the attachments now to see if we can actually improve the LMGs. First off, since we're going by range right now, let's look at the long barrel, or they call it the particle amp in this game, I think. We know first, since the R.A.W. kills in 3 shots at long realistic ranges, any range increasing attachment is going to be useless, but for the Titan, let's see if it helps. So throwing on the particle amp on the Titan, at long range it does take 4 shots, so that is going to improve your chances of getting into kill at long ranges. Now we can look at high caliber, and again on energy weapons they call it a Faraday slug. Now this is puzzling to me because if you use the Faraday slug on the R.A.W., it does take a lot of damage, but it still takes 3 shots to kill, even if you were shooting all 3 shots in the head. But I guess it would be 2 shots to kill, which would probably be overpowered, to be honest. But now we can see if it works on that Titan, and if it does take 3 shots to kill in the head, close range, and even if you shoot twice in the body and 1 in the head, it's still going to take 3 shots. So the Faraday slug is a nice thing to have on the Titan. In fact, if you equip a particle amp and the Faraday slug together, you can kill with 3 shots at long range. So now we look at the recoil, which I feel is the most important because if you can't hit your damn target, what's the point, right? So we're gonna look at the recoil without foregrip on the R.A.W. and Titan, and then see what the effect has on the R.A.W. and Titan with foregrip. First, we fire the R.A.W. at medium range. Since most of your gunfights are gonna be at that range, this is what the recoil pattern is gonna look like. Not bad, but there are some bullets that are gonna go pretty wide. They're gonna escape from that recoil pattern. So if you put a grip on the R.A.W., this is what the recoil pattern is gonna look like now. And as you can see, it does help a ton. All the bullets seem to stay pretty centered in that little brown box. So it seems a foregrip is definitely needed on the R.A.W. Now we can look at the Titan's recoil patterns. Firing at medium range, we can see the recoil pattern gradually goes up. With the grip on the Titan, we can see that the recoil pattern is overwhelmingly improved. So judging by the recoil patterns on both the R.A.W and the Titan, we can really see that the grip is needed to keep that recoil in check. Okay, so with all that being said, the better LMG between the R.A.W and the Titan, in my opinion, is the Titan, simply because the fast fire rate and using the particle amp and high caliber together can absolutely beat the R.A.W in any gunfight. However, I did use these classes with great success on both if you enjoy using the R.A.W as well. So with the R.A.W, we go with the Elo sight, grip, quick draw, and suppressor. And with the perks, I set up Ghost, Cold-Blooded, and Dead Silence. Now, if you enjoy the iron sights on the R.A.W, you can add another attachment like Fusion Mag, or a perk such as Dexterity, but to me, this is all you need. I set it up like this because with that slow fire rate, I want it to be silent as possible because even though the R.A.W is plenty much powerful, its fire rate is slow, and if there are a bunch of enemies gathering around you because they can hear you, it's gonna be slim to none to turn on them and kill them all before they kill you. So now we can roll with the Titan, and I throw on Grip, Quick Draw, Particle Amp, and the Faraday Slug. With the perks, I'm gonna go with Dexterity, Scavenger, and Dead Silence. Now this setup is pretty much the sweaty pub stomper class setup. Great for games like Team Deathmatch, but really good for domination when you just want to use an overpowered weapon and get plenty of kills. I'm sure you guys know this by now, but if you use LMGs, use the Rig Merc because you can use the Man of Arms trait and keep your faster movement speed, since using LMGs slow down your movement speed. Alright guys, that's going to do it, but let me know if you guys have any questions whatsoever about the LMGs, the R.A.W and the Titan. If you enjoyed, facepalm that like button and sub a dub, aka subscribe to see more Infinite Warfare videos. Until next time, my friends, I say goodbye. Set my heart afire.